You probably haven't seen this, I guess. That's why I pulled this one
Is
up.
it? Okay, it's not with Chrissy. Because I've seen most of the hands Chrissy's played. But
Is this just some range bet spot? If so, what sizing can you range bet a board like this? Or is it getting a bit deeper, therefore can't really go ahead and execute that kind of strategy?
um, if you asked me a few months ago, I would have been a lot sharper. But like, I don't. Maybe 10-10x. I think 10-10x you can range bet. Yeah, for sure. For maybe like B40 or something. But like the lower ones, like 6-6x and stuff, like you definitely can't range bet.
Okay. What is
I
this
think
then? Is that 30%?
this one you, this one I think you can. I think you can even range bet a bit bigger. But like, yeah, yeah. And like this is the kind of spot like you just talked about where, with the turn check raises, where like I would start using these kind of hands sometimes for turn check raises.
You can't
But yeah,
barrel like extremely. Could you can't range barrel this card, is that correct? Like for small?
I mean, after range bet in the flop, I don't think you can even on the king, because in position just like I don't think you fold a single king on the flop. Um, you can bet very aggressively, but I don't think you can range barrel.
Say we have pocket jacks or pocket queens here. We're allowed
Yeah,
to we're
then we
allowed
can.
to go like 30, 30, 30, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't remember what happens here actually. Okay, we're gonna see a large bet.
Okay.
Is this what do you think about this? This is looking to get stacks in on the river, obviously, but in terms of
Yeah.
strategy, is this a standard thing to have this kind of sizing in your arsenal?
Some people play this spot differently. Some people only play small. Some people polarize. Um, one probably is better than the other, but like I don't really know. Um, but clearly he's CD9K is saying that like maybe he's even like not polarizing and just wants one more big street with like pocket queens, and then he's gonna check the river. Like I don't really know. But I mostly face small bets here, I would say.
Hmm. Now, what are you thinking?
Um, Yeah, I mean now it's like it's a really difficult spot to play. Um, Queens and jacks are no longer worth anything. Um,
Could they be worth a bluff?
no, definitely not. We're like we have the way we've constructed small blind is like we can have jack nine, queen nine, 5x, maybe not 5x, but like pocket eights, pocket sevens, pocket nines, so at some frequency. Those hands we could bluff, I guess, but queens and jacks just check and pray for showdown. I think if you have queens and jacks and you shove, you don't really ever get a better hand to fold. Maybe some king X.
Hmm. But it's
Um,
quite hard to have like the sevens and eights and shit, right? For the large bet that he took on the turn. I mean, maybe he can have like sixes, like taking that
yeah,
sizing, or
maybe.
maybe sevens, but it feels hard to have like nines, right?
Yeah, but also if he shoves the river here, like he's not even repping ace king, right? He's repping a 10, I guess. Like ace king can't shove, I think, here.
Yeah, it's weird, right? You block getting called by a king, you block getting called by an
Yeah.
ace.
Yeah. I mean, in position probably has ace queen, definitely at frequency, even versus the big bet. So maybe you can just shove ace king.
Hmm.
I don't know. I think, yeah, probably just shove and see. But like you're gonna get called a lot by a 10 or pocket fives if you do that, in my opinion.
So, what sizing would
Um,
you consider using generally then?
I would play block almost exclusively.
Yeah, that's what he's gonna go for, and obviously he's gonna get shoved on.
Mm, great. I mean, like in these games, like I would just call because like guys they're just addicted to bluffing. Um, I would just call, especially if that's the guy who's winning all the chips, mate. I would just call, but like um, from the theoretical view, Again, I would call ace jack diamonds because you unblock all the possible king, like king jack type stuff.
You
that,
think
like,
you think he may turn
AbsoluteTopUp could have here.
a king into a bluff on the river?
I think he should, yeah.
Well, because what else
Like,
does
what's
he
his?
have to turn into a bluff? I mean, if he's called the turn with nines, or is it just not possible really for him to call the turn with pocket
No,
nines?
I think he'll fold nines because of queen nine, jack nine. But like if he has eights or sevens, for example, I think he'll almost always call the turn.
Mm-hmm.
Like lower the better here,
Okay.
above a five, I think. But those hands, like, they don't really want to bluff the river. Like, they have no properties to block calls, right? Whereas when you got a king in your hand here, you block ace king or pocket kings or whatever may have taken this like river block line, and you also block a bunch of 10x with your king, right?
Yeah, sure. Because he might even three
Yeah,
bet some offsuit bullshit like that.
if you got king jack here, you block king 10, you block jack 10. You know, like, it's your king is worth a lot here. If you've got two sixes in your hand, like, it's just you shove to just try and win the pot, but like you don't have any relevance at all. You may as well have no cards. I would think is how the spot plays, but I like the call with ace jack.
Frank, you should be playing these
Well,
games, mate. You've got the reads.
yeah, I mean, like, when I see this, I just think it's like a total punt. I'm like, sure, I would review the spot, and if I see the sixes is like a high frequency jam, then I would think like, oh, okay, I'm clearly wrong, or like, wrong about the spot. But like, it's not so often I'm completely wrong about the spot, but like, I could be, you know, like, I'm not saying I know this. Like, sixes might be the highest frequency jam here, but like, I would think it's not.